Well, hello, Quest. Good to see you, and Happy New Year. Here we are, just a few days into January, and preparing for the rest of the year, 2025. I'm looking forward to it. You never know what life brings and what the Lord allows in the midst of an entire year, but it is what it is, right? And we can trust Him. He is sovereign, He is providential in all of this. And so we can just live our lives, and it'll have ups and downs. As I always say, life has ups, has downs, and it has a lot of flat spaces in between that we're expected to live through and to live well. So looking forward to 2025, just wanted to give you an update real quickly. We'll be jumping back on Sunday mornings into our series out of First Corinthians called Messy Church. Because we live in a messy world, we have messy lives, I have a messy life, and so a messy church is just going to be normal, but to deal with those things really effectively. But as we head towards this coming Sunday, the 5th of January, if you've been watching on TV or listening to the radio, there is a major weather event that seems to be coming. And so we always try to prepare for that and think it through. So I want to give you our protocols, and I want to give you a heads up, kind of anticipating what might happen. But when there's bad weather coming, our protocols are this, is that we evaluate and we try to make a call as soon as possible. But if we don't know for sure, we try to make sure that we've made a decision by prior to 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. We've made a decision, and so by 7, we're able to announce, hey, we're on, or we're off, we're closed, stay home. Now, the only thing harder than being a weatherman is being a church leader who's not a weatherman, but has to make some decisions on whether we're going to be open or closed. And the weather, especially here in St. Louis, can be really tricky. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes you don't know. And here, right on the edge of both north and south, and east and west, you can be a lot of ice, which is, I think, the craziest thing in the world. This freezing ice thing just absolutely is crazy. Or snow. But the predictions right now are that there could be really heavy snow north of St. Louis and significant ice south of St. Louis. And so when we think about those two, St. Louis could be either, or it could be both, or it could be modestly in between, but that's probably not likely on this particular weather event, this snowstorm, or this ice storm, or both. And the unfortunate timing is it probably looks like there's a chance that it won't be horrible before 7 o'clock Sunday morning. But the more than likely, if it turns out to be a really heavy event here in St. Louis, the big piece of it will happen somewhere between 7 and noon on Sunday, which means we'd get everybody here in increasingly dangerous conditions, get worse during the time we're here, and then we'd have dangerous conditions to send you home. So we have to think through what is it, not just at the moment. Now, being from Colorado, I'm a little bit twisted, just so you know. What that means is that, hey, I've got four-wheel drive, and inclement weather, challenging, scary weather is a challenge to me. I love it. And I like, get out there and let's take it on. But that's not really true or fair for everybody. And that's not even safe and wise. So I just want you to know, we will make a decision before 7 o'clock Sunday morning. We'll have it announced. We'll have it on the website. We'll have it in every way we can. And we'll start trying to get the word out. But if we know prior to that we just think this probably isn't prudent, then we'll make that decision earlier and we'll try to get the word out. Okay? So now you have your own personal responsibility to say, hey, do I want to risk the weather? Do I want to get out? Even if they have church, if it's not wise for you, please stay home. But we'll make wise and prudent decisions, at least the best we can, on when you're dealing with the uncertainty of weather. You're never quite sure. Sometimes you'll make a mistake. One way, like, hey, we canceled and we shouldn't have. Or we could make a mistake in saying we didn't cancel and we should have. But we'll try to make a good decision. But that's kind of the way we go about things. So looking forward to whenever we're back together, that there is something rich about being the body of Christ together, to worship him and to love one another, right? It's the very simple commands that the Lord gave us. Love the Lord your God with all of your heart, mind, soul, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And that goes also for those inside the body of Christ, to love each other. And as you know, we as a church want to be open to those who are skeptics, those who are inquirers, and those who are already convinced that Christ really is and who really was who he said he was. He really did live. He really did die. He really did rise again. He really did ascend to be at the right hand of the Father, and someday he's coming back. And he is. So between now and then, we'll have a bunch of snowstorms, right? But let's hang in there and do this thing right together, okay? All right. Love you. See you sometime.